my teacher released herb combination. He's starting a university to even teach this. It's called Nithyananda University. It's an associate degree program if you're interested in learning it. So the first herb he released is herbal. I should say first herb. It's like a medicine he released. They call it aushada, and that means it's like to reset, because he says there are seven energy bodies we hold, which is like kind of like tough for Western mind to comprehend. But I'm going to say it in another way so you kind of get it. The the first one is made with solid food. So the solid food we eat, we get the energy in, we sustain ourselves. That's called Annamaya Kosha. Koshas means body. We have seven bodies, which is like a tough thing. That's why seven chakras and all the other stuff. It's tough to comprehend, but remember, energy comes from different sources for that. So initially, we sustain energy through eating. So that will make sense to pills, to eat, to make that mood stabilization. So I'm not going to call out that name, but whatever it is for addiction, you're using, right? So that's the solid part that resets, because the energy from that alters our moods. That's why, like, you're not yourself, like, Masha, he says, this looks like this weird bear coming out, and then when you give food, the chewy bar, this person turns into the most sweetest person. Have you heard those, seen those commercials? So the solid is to reset our mood, so we engage with another person without frustration, right? So the second part is liquid food. Sometimes, like, it's not necessarily solid, but sometimes they say even drinking water fills the stomach and you're not hungry. So the hunger hormone, which is actually called ghrelin, you reset, and then leptin is the satiation hormone. So if you understand the balance between ghrelin, which is hunger hormone, leptin, which is satiation, it's a switch that's turned on and off, because sometimes the food itself is inflaming. We are eating not because we are hungry, but we are inflamed. So that's the second level, liquid level. Yeah. Okay, so that resets the hunger patterns in our body. And the third level is breathing. When you breathe without thinking, that's why, like, see, when a child, right, has this big smile after the bottle of milk and burps and goes to sleep. So that's the layer of breathing. So if you can create a breathing space without thinking, called prana layer, you take a deep breath and you settle down. The second layer, like I said, is, so the first layer for solids is betel nut leaf. Second layer for liquids is neem juice, because lymphatics doesn't have blood supply. So when you do neem, it cleanses the lymphatic. So because the lymphatics are clean, it's like a surf. It washes the tendons and ligaments, and your tendons and ligaments are juicy. It's not dehydrated. Because when the tendons and ligaments are dehydrated, it pulls. When it pulls the muscle. So what you have as pain is actually dehydration because of toxins, not because you didn't eat.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So the achiness is not necessarily coming from medicine. But unfortunately, in addiction brain, everything falls back into one pill. Remember, it's actually a false belief system. The third, the prana layer, he says, is clove. When you reset it with clove, when you breathe, you go through multiple emotions without showing loss of energy. Because when you think and you breathe, you exhaust yourself. If you, like, sometimes you feel stressed when you have this constant, like, energy give out to this task I need to do. But if you can breathe without thinking and get your task done, you have so much energy left. So that is clove, he says, the third one. The fourth one is fire. The fire is to regenerate your digestive juices. And for the fire, he uses grass. He calls it Bermuda grass, but I use Durba grass. And then the fifth layer, emotions, because he says emotions equals health. Remember? Emotions. For emotional reset, he uses Haritaki. And then the sixth layer is Kundalini. Kundalini is the primordial energy. He says it's so solid inside. Doesn't matter whether we use, not use, you feel you're all right inside. What people call you is, their version of what they need to see in you. But you are good inside. But people don't want to think that because they're so jealous.
Yeah.
They minute they see you happy, they are like shocked. Oh my God, this guy is like,
Yeah. No,
happy,
yeah.
so they want to pull you down. So not to be influenced by others is very important. So for that, he says you need some sort of a mantra. Mantra meaning like a holder of that seed utterances inside you. So that is where your belief system, I am enough, or whatever you want to tell yourself, we use like different mantras, but that's where the energy pours in. And he wakes up. The mantra he gave us for females is power of choice. He says you choose to not ever be weakened by another person, whatever they call. He says if by chance, like vampire, they suck out your energy, you tell them, I have the power of non-suffering. And whether it's a habit you need to change, whatever makes you suffer, you take back the power. So there's no powerlessness. Elements, situation, things that makes you powerless is what when you need to get rid of, and then give yourself power of choice. Then the seventh layer is working with cosmic oneness, because if your will is aligned with cosmic will, you'll be clean. Okay, it's all coming back to will persistent. If you fail, like how you said about your tattoo, you need to go get this healed and get the other one on the other side. Does it mean it didn't work for you? No, you have to give it time, right? So addiction recovery is time.
Time.
So you prove your time. So I did it in magic butter. He did it ancient way. I did it in magic butter. I used this formula. I used most of his ingredient, but what happened was some ingredient I didn't have. So I put betel nut leaves, neem. I did holy turba grass instead of Bermuda grass, and I did clove, and I did the heat, like I said, fire instead of digestive energy. With the haritaki, I did heating plus I added haritaki, and then for the kundalini, the power energy, I did ultrasonic vibration, because you do for 480 seconds agitation. That's how we extract homeopathic formula. So I did 3 sets of 8, 24 minutes, and then I put it in magic butter, brewed. That's all I did this whole weekend. I made my own medicine. Tastes so good. You want to taste it?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
It's freaky. But I'm going to get it tested. I'm going to have it because I'm going to test it for terpene. I want to see whether I can match my formula to his formula. I haven't received his formula.
Yeah.
But this way, I can see whether I can match as close as possible. And I love it. He says if you reset it yourself, and you need to take only 6 drops per day or 7 drops, to match with his 7 levels. But for homeopathy, we use 6 drops. So if I'm going to teach homeopathy, it'll be 6 drops, 7 drops if it is like a spiritual. But I am going to get it tested. I'm going to do it scientific, and I'm going to teach how to cook it. And
Cool.
his medicine was released in India, ancient style, 1 trillion years old. Mine is magic butter style.
Yeah.
So the modern version, he says we are expanding what he teaches. Doesn't mean I'm interfering with him, but I feel I'm co-creating with him. He's my co-creator. He is doing Indian style because he's my teacher. But I feel like you don't need to play the DJs. You can do the modern Bluetooth version. So that's like kind of like the way I think. And I feel when I get my terpene result, I'll show you. But already in me, when me and my husband had a disagreement, I could see I could hold my breathing space without reacting. Before, when he said something, my pit of the stomach will get activated, and I'm like, say, oh my God. But that feeling went away. So what I'm saying is I'm going to educate you so that if you can hold that space where when people talk to you and you don't come from the pit of the stomach but come from the breathing space, that's their imagination. And like the surfs up the Madagascar and stuff, the penguin keep smiling and waving at them boys.
Yeah.
And I actually bought the Where is this guy? Where did he go? I left him somewhere. My penguin. I bought it literally to show you guys. I hope nobody stole my penguin.
The penguin, that right there?
No,
Oh.
the little guy, the plastic guy.
Oh.
I think there are kids who come for cleaning at night. They love my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They must have moved it. She must have taken it. But that's okay. I'll show you next time. But I feel that's what it is. Keep smiling, waving at them, and keep taking your oxytocin.
I will.
Thanks for engaging with me.
No, I like listening to you.
So that's all. Like,
All right.
you are doing very, very good. In mine, almost like you reached graduation. I feel kudos to you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's coming up on 6 months, so